making that water hit the ground or hit the ledge. Wagtail is what I pledge to use every day. I'm knocking out windows. Do you hear what I say? Let the truth be told, the plastic bobs are old. They're made from a machine and pressed in a mold. But not the gunslinger, it's stitched. But not the gunslinger, it's stitched together. It's gonna last forever. And if it doesn't, just go and get another. Maybe have two. Just like a cowboy, take your squeegees out and twirl them like a toy.
Alright, so what I'm doing here, I'm scrubbing the window down with the pad I had attached to it. I have quadruple steel wool mashed on it to give it a good scrubbing, because since she moved in the house, she said the house hasn't been done in 25 years. Can you imagine? I can't imagine. It's no wonder that the windows weren't stained. That was a surprise to me. The only problem with their windows is that they have a seal broken on the inside. It's leaking. So she has some questions. But I told her that your inside is so filthy that that's what you're looking at. You think it's on the outside, but it's not. If you run your finger on the inside and clean it, I'm sure you'll see. I said if there was any problem, she can always just call me and I'll come back out. I'm not gonna come back out for dirt, but I'll come back out if she sees streaks or spots or smears. All right, now the reason why I'm wagging and going over a few times, because this house has milk paint. That's what Johnny likes to call it. He likes to call it milk paint. I don't know what the proper name for it is, but the siding is like white ash. And doing it water-fed pole with a brush, you would have just been spinning your wheels. It's a lot easier to squeegee that milk ash down with the rinse bar, catching anything that I have missed, rather than brush and just sitting there rinsing the heck out of it. You'll be rinsing forever. So this is another reason why I decided to go this route, like Johnny and a few others. As you see, I got plenty of soap on there. It's Bubble City over here, baby. Bubble City. See, the amazing thing about this is that soap, you could do virtually a whole house with the amount of soap you put on there, because the pad will never get wet unless you want it to. The only reason why you would want to have it wet, and you don't even have to dip it in the bucket, all you have to do is squirt the window down. That's all you have to do. Pre-wet the windows. I will show you this in a second. See this next part? I slowed it down so you can get a good look. This is what I mean. You pre-wet the whole window. You coat it with pure water. Then you just go back and scrub. See, I only had to apply soap to do this whole house. I think it had like 50 something windows, 51 windows. But it took me a couple of hours to do this house. I say about an hour and 50 minutes, because I sat down, I had a cup of coffee. She let me keep the cup. It was a thermos. So I'm pretty excited about that. I got another house across the street. The lady's gonna call me. So that's good. She saw my skills from across the street. If I had time enough, I probably would have went down the whole neighborhood, the block, and handed out cards, but I'll do that some other time. I gotta get them yard signs so I could stick them in the lawn, man. Promote myself for this year when this corona crap is over. That's one thing I gotta put on my list of things to do. Lawn signs. My customers that I've already did said that I could leave it there, so that's good. I'll just go back and stick a fork in it. So I had to go over a few more windows after I did some of these, because that milk paint. I realized when you're dealing with milk paint, it's not wise to swivel. So I had it halfway through the house. I realized that it's a lot easier to just do side pulls or up and down. Side pulls or up and down. You really don't have to swivel anyway, but I just do it because it's force of habit. But the results will still be the same. Like I said, there is no real technique involved with it, but you want to be mindful when you're putting the squeegee to the top. If you're using it like I'm using it, not many people will have to worry about that, because no one has these tools except for me, the way I do it. But I imagine it will change eventually.